Every year, the Monterey Bay MATE Institute's robotics program hosts a robotics competition for junior high, high school, and college students. These competitions are focused on giving students experience in what it is like being on a team and to compete in a professional setting. The MATE program gives students a set of tasks to complete. Teams must then come up with their own innovative ideas on how to complete these tasks while also falling within the mission criteria. Once teams have finished their ideas on a design, construction begins on the ROV. The team builds a frame that can support all the devices the robot will bring with it during these tasks, including cameras, motors, and other mission-specific tools that they will need to be able to complete the tasks. Prototype tools are made and tested. Once they've been proven to work, final copies are made out of more rugged materials. The teams then test their designs in a pool to make sure that they can complete all of the tasks efficiently. Reiterations are made when teams see that something needs to be repaired, or that something can be made to complete a task more efficiently than it currently is. When teams feel that they're ready to compete, they practice furiously in pools, and then the time comes for the robots to come together for the regional competition held at Aptos High. Dozens of teams from across the state come to Aptos for the California Regional Competition. Teams are given 2 tries, each lasting 15 minutes, to get as many mission tasks completed as they can. What was your job on the ROV team?
My name is Greg Rudd, and I was the mentor for the team and the co-mentor. My job was to provide guidance and provide some training when I could to the team members so that they would learn new skills that would be useful to them later in life.
My name is Pete Burnite. My job was co-mentor and electronics and software guru. The go-to person when questions came up about the electronics, anything electrical in terms of power, and the software in terms of, how's this thing going to run and how we're going to get information up and down. I answered questions and helped validate designs as they came forward for whether this was going to work or not for the tasks that the team said they wanted to accomplish.
My name is Kyle Johnson, and I was the CEO this year of the Aptos Mariner Robotics team. My job was mainly coordinating meetings and helping everyone with their individual tasks. I was kind of doing a little bit of everything.
My name is Zachary Karat, and I was the mission task specialist, and I also did the cameras. So for the mission tasks, I designed the different tools that we were going to be used to complete the 5 different special missions, and I did also the waterproofing of all or most of the components, including the camera and parts of the down electronics box, so that it can be in the water without having the electronics get damaged.
I'm Joe Manildi, Mr. Manildi, and I am the teacher or faculty mentor for the robotics club at the school.
My name is Virginia Ontiveros. This year I worked on the electronics aspect of our ROV.
I am Daniel Hepner. My role on ROV for most of my time was doing software.
Hey, my name is Simon Kassar, and my job in the ROV team was to help introduce mechanical engineering, mechanical thought.
So what's your profession?
My profession, I'm a materials scientist and chemist. I work with high temperature materials and coatings and things like that. I consider myself a general materials scientist.
Professionally, I'm a computer programmer and electronics engineer.
I teach physics, AP Physics, Earth and Space Science.
My profession is aeronautics. I went to aeronautical school. I got 2 years as a mechanic.
What do you think is the most important thing that people learn from ROV programs?
I think the most important thing they learned is how to fix things that were messed up. I think that also we learned that you need to plan projects ahead. You need to execute on plans, and you need to think about what you're doing with these larger projects. I think that we learned collaboration, and also I think we learned some skills for problem solving.
What I think they should be learning is how to take a project or an idea from the idea stage all the way through as far as they want to take it. That is into a prototype or production or having like a finished piece of furniture. Or so how you start from, ooh, I think I want to do this, to wow, and there it is, I did it.
The most important thing that people learn from ROV programs, I think, is all the engineering skills that they learn. So, you learn things like electrical engineering, how to solder, all these like practical skills. But then you also, learn about designing, learn about building things, how to use tools, different machines.
Just being able to have a better sense of problem solving, because MATE gives us the tasks early, and then we have to figure out how we're going to do them so that we can get them done quick and efficiently.
Application. And you can take something that looks mundane, and I've shared this before actually, but take something mundane like software engineering. I think that's boring personally, no offense, okay? Or take mechanical parts, that seems a little boring too maybe. Or take electrical, oh, who wants to deal with electrical? And show them that this is actually cool stuff. It's exciting, and when you combine them all together and you build something that then actually works and all integrated together and functions, how much better can it be? I mean, it's fun. So my goal is to make it so that kids can see it's fun and want to continue on.
So the learning experience can vary from student to student. I think for me, the bigger picture experience, the life experience, is what I want students to come away with. So some students will learn about electronics, some will learn about building and mechanics, and some will learn about business systems, and some will learn skills, or some will come away with skills that they didn't have before in presenting and communications. And those are all valuable skills that I think you're going to take away with you in your lifetime. It's different, but it's a really valuable experience for everybody, because there's always something to be gained, whether it's in the robotics field or whether it's in a life experience.
Probably the most important skill that I got out of my 6 years of ROV is teamwork. And it's something that you don't value as much until you're applying to colleges and trying to work on these other things in life. But teamwork is something that really you can take to anything, not just engineering, but anything. And when you're working with a group of people on something like a robot that you're really passionate about, you can get a lot done, especially if you just really like everyone that you're working with.
So what you really should learn from ROV is whatever you come for. There's this false assumption that people make about it, that it's all science and math and you just create a robot, but it's so much more. It's presentation and business and learning how to create a product and then just show it to the world. And no matter what you come for, what you will learn is how to grow, whether it be within yourself or from other people, because getting to work with other people really gives you a whole different perspective on how you deal with problems at hand and create. And when you do finally see your final product, it really is gratifying.
What's the thing that will stick with you the longest from your time in ROV?
Well, I think the thing that will stick with me is kind of a sense of pride that the team was able to pull together and get I thought, a really good engineering review and a really credible machine in the water.
I guess the frustration of not feeling smart enough or good enough to, be an absolutely excellent mentor, and it wasn't until halfway through the program I was like, oh, this is what I should have been doing, or oh, we should have done this, or oh, I should have presented it that way. Doing things the first time, you learn a lot doing things the first time.
The thing that will stick with me the longest from my time in ROV is definitely all the memories of working together with my teammates. The midnight meetings where you're soldering and trying to keep your head up and going like, oh, I really can't mess this up. or building, going super late, having pizza at somebody's house, all the late night pool practices, all the working together with my teammates is probably what's going to stick with me the longest from ROV.
The thing that will stick with me the longest is from ROV is probably the friends I've made during this. I've met a lot of really incredible people during the competition, get to see all the specialists that helped us along the journey to help us figure out different ways of getting things done and how to do things without hurting ourselves terribly, and also just getting to talk with interesting people.
I must admit, one of the most exciting times I ever had is when we did win the International. I remember I was with Bruce Willey and with Mark Munger and all the mentors, Scott Randolph, and we're all sitting there, and it looked like we didn't win anything. And they did it this way. They planned it this way. And then finally they said, and the winner is, and I remember Bruce going, Simon, get ready to get up. I'm going, get up? What are you talking about? The winner. And I must admit, that was one of the most exciting times of my life. And yes, my wife is very upset because I've said it was more exciting than our honeymoon. I gotta be careful there.
What do I remember the most? It's funny that you say that. I think that what I remember the most are the interactions between students, the bonding that happens on a team when they're pressed to complete a goal and they're forced to work together. It's fantastic to see the friendships that develop and the challenges that they overcome. When they're presented with a challenge, a real life situation that doesn't have an answer, and they have to come up with something and make a decision and move forward as a group, it's really, that's amazing to see, and that's what I remember.
From my time in ROV, I'll always have the problem-solving skills that I've developed, because while you're creating and developing and designing, you're forced to make decisions that will be long-lasting and effective, but also frugal. And it really teaches you about the real world and how you need to treat the problems at hand in a responsible and mature, but also creative way.
My time spent at the international competitions, and specifically the first one that I went to when I was a freshman, the reason it was so memorable to me was because of the community feeling that MATE has really fostered with robotics. And all the teams, even though we're competing against each other, we really worked together and we tried to help each other when we could. And when we won, the other teams came by and gave us high fives, and they were congratulatory. They weren't bummed out about it, and that was really refreshing.